Has recently brought a new LGBT series to the web. I hope you are all watching Venice, the series.
Please welcome our ally for equality, Chappell.
Was a man chaser. She chased any man that belonged to another woman, basically. She could have used a hobby. And in true soap fashion, she had a heart condition and needed a heart transplant. Right. So in January of 2008, my executive producer sat me down and said, we want to tell a love story. So Gus, the man that Olivia was chasing, would die in a motorcycle accident. Natalia, his widow and Olivia's enemy, would agree to give the heart to Olivia. Right? You found all that right there. But Olivia feels guilty, so she doesn't want to live anymore. Natalia won't waste her husband's gift. She's going to nurse Olivia back to health. The two women start out as enemies, and then gradually over time they come to rely on each other, respect each other, and they become friends. Over the course of about a year, they're spending a lot of time together. Until one day, Olivia realizes, I can't imagine my life without my best friend. And in fact, I've fallen in love with her. These two women went from enemies to frenemies to friends, and ultimately love interests. I thought it was really wonderful the guiding light, a 72-year-old soap opera, would tell the story. The evolution of what is now known as Italia was a whirlwind of emotions, some of the best storytelling on daytime television, and what I and many others believe to be probably the best love story on a soap opera. But what really made the experience amazing was the reception that Italia received from fans. As of next month, it will be 20 years that I've been working in the daytime industry. I was 15 when I started. But never in all that time have I seen a fan base grow so rapidly, so robustly, so passionately. And I received emails and letters from gay fans who desperately wanted to tell me their story. And some were absolutely beautiful. I got to hear how they met and how long they've been together. I got to see pictures of themselves with their partners or spouses and their children on vacations. But there were also the really painful ones. Losing a family member's support after coming out. Losing friends. Staying in the closet for fear of being disowned. In the closet for fear of losing their job or being harassed. Being chased down the highway and being called horrible, despicable things. I would sit in my dressing room and read these letters, and I would weep. The unimaginable pain that people are still living with because of their sexuality. I felt honored that they wanted to share their story with me. Now, I have a lot of gay friends, but honestly, I realized after hearing from my Italia fans that I was really pretty ignorant to what so many gay Americans suffer with. I didn't realize that some of these things still happened in this decade in the US. I couldn't imagine treating people in a way that makes them feel any less than. I couldn't imagine that a gay person would still have to struggle to be themselves. I couldn't imagine that coming out could cost so much. The interaction with the Italia fans taught me that Americans are still suffering, still fighting for equality. They have taught me more about the human experience in this country in a way that nothing else ever could have. The impact of the Italia storyline had an impact beyond what I could imagine. It attracted gay fans with a need and a desire for a gay storyline that was lacking in television. The storyline also represented gay women in their lives. Many people told me that Italia was real in the sense that it portrayed two women in love, going about their somewhat ordinary life, doing ordinary things. A story that showed the struggle, the insecurity, and confusion of coming to terms with sexuality. It also represented the difficulty of coming out in a society that still doesn't completely open its arms to gays and lesbians. Ultimately, the Italia storyline gave us a well-written, slow-burn love story. However, it did not give us the physicality. which was disappointing for me and so many other people. But despite that, the fan base was vigorous, supportive, and alive that it was so impossible to ignore. It was electrifying, the idea of giving the fans what they wanted, really what they needed. It became a passion for me. It was so important for me to keep that commitment and also be able to tell the stories truthfully and without limitations. So naturally, we went to the web. The flexibility, affordability, and worldwide access. So, with the passion of telling a genuine gay storyline, the creativity of producing, and the freedom of the web, Venice was born. Now to me, Venice is all about equality. It bridges the gap between gay and straight people, men and women, and people of all races. We're trying to create the rainbow within the community. In Venice, everyone is equal, everyone has equal rights, because gay rights are human rights. Marriage equality is a God-given right as an American citizen. I will stand with you in the fight for marriage equality, and I will stand with you in your fight for human equality. I am your friend, I am your supporter, I am your ally, and speak the truth. Thank you for this.